In this video, we will see how to control your cash register with the Odoo point of sale. First, we will see how to set up the cash control in Odoo. Then we will see how to open and close a session with the cash control. Then we will see how to take money out of the cash register and put money in it. What's the cash control in Odoo? It's a feature that will ask you when you open your session in the morning what's in your cash box. Then during the day it will record your sales, and at the end of the day, when you close your session, Odoo will ask you what's in your cash box. Then it will compute the difference and will compare with what should be there in your cash box. How to configure the cash control for your point of sale in Odoo. To do that, I would like to have a look once again at the point of sale configuration. You see that we have two available payment methods in our point of sale. There is one cash payment method and one credit card. Of course, the cash control will be applicable only on the cash payment method. So let's go to the configuration of this payment method. I'm going to select it. And if I go to the tab Cash Register, I can actually select the cash control. This way I can actually select the coins that should be available in my cash box. Then I need to select the accounts in which the difference that Odoo will compute has to be written. If it's a profit, or if it's a loss. Now I can go to the point of sale tab, where I can select an authorized difference. This means that if the difference that Odoo computes exceeds $100, for example, a simple Odoo point of sale user will not be able to close the session. It will have to call his manager. I'll show you this in a few moments. Let's try to open a session. And let's see that now, at the opening of the session, Odoo asks me what's in my cash box. So let's say that I have 10 notes of $1 and 10 notes of $10. Then I can open my session, which will launch the front-end interface. And I can perform a few sales. Let's sell some apple juice. How original. And get paid by cash. A note of $20, and I have to give back $1.17. Let's close the front end, and I want to close my session. So I click on close the session, and Odoo asks me what's in my cash box at the end of the session. And let's tell Odoo that I have in my cash box exactly the same as what I had at the beginning of the session. So 10 notes of $1 and 10 notes of $10. If I save this, I see that there is a difference of $18.83. So if I validate the closing of the session and I post the entries, there will be a loss entry in my loss account. Now let's see what happens if I'm not the manager but only a simple user and I try to exceed the authorized difference. So let's see in the settings, in users, that my current user, manager Odoo, has the point of sale manager access rights, and there is another user, Lilo, who has only the user point of sale access rights. Let's connect as Lilo and try to open a new session. Let's go to the point of sale, open a new session. Of course, Odoo asks me what's in my cash box. It took the content of the cash box from the last closing balance. Then I can just validate and open the session, which opens the front end. And let's sell more than $100, and I'll put exactly the same for the closing as for the opening balance. So how much apple juice to get to $100? About 39 units. Perfect. Let's pay by cash. Close the front end. And try to close the session. Odoo asks me what's in my cash box once again, and I'll tell him I have exactly the same as the opening balance, which is actually 10 notes of $1 and 10 notes of $10. If I save this, I see that there is a difference of more than $100. So if I try to validate and close my session, actually I won't be able to do it because I'm a simple point of sale user. If I go back as my manager, I can actually close the session. If I go to all sessions, I see that this session of Lilo is in the closing control state. If I click on it, I can validate it and close the session. That's how the cache control works in Odoo. Additionally, when a session is opened, you can put money in a cache box or take money out of it so that it's taken into account in the cache control. To do that, we need to perform an additional configuration on the payment method. So let's go to the cache payment method. In the cache register tab, we need to select an internal transfer account. Let's save this. And now, as soon as I have opened the session, so I'm going to do that right away, new session, opening cache control, I have nothing in my cache box. Okay, that's fine. So I launch the front end. I want to start selling, but I have nothing in my cache box. So I actually want to put $100 in it. So let's close the front end. I need to go to the back end to do that. I click on all sessions and I see that there is a session opened, but we know that. So click on it and we can actually put money in the cache box. So not enough change, 100. And we can actually continue selling. So it will launch the front end once again. I can sell whatever I want. Apple juice. And if I close the front end, I can close my session and my $100 will be taken into account in the computation here. So I'm going to force the difference and just close my session.